Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. And can we please all just relax? Take it easy.
Relax, take it easy, for there is nothing that we can relax.
You've read the title of this video, you know what it's about. This Anthem fear-mongering has gotta stop, guys. It's making everyone, all of us, the gaming community, look ridiculous. So now we're adopting the SJW mentality of guilty until proven innocent? I thought we were supposed to criticize video games for problems that they actually have, when they're actually, you know, out and available and playable. No one's played Anthem. Anthem isn't out. No one on this planet, except the staff at BioWare, have played Anthem. I'm not here to defend EA. I'm not here to say that Anthem is going to be some sort of masterpiece. Everyone in the current gaming climate right now has a reason to be pissed at EA. They went full Logan Paul in 2017, and you don't want to go full Logan Paul. You have a right to be pissed at EA for what they did with Star Wars Battlefront 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, Need for Speed, their sports games. They can't seem to stop meddling with the development of their own games, which would be perfectly fine if they just didn't meddle with development. This is why I argue that EA is just incompetent. They're not malicious, they're just incompetent. At least that's the way I see it, but I'm not getting into that this video. I'm getting into the fact that people are already condemning Anthem for something it hasn't done yet. People are already proclaiming that Anthem is going to be a terrible video game based on zero information on the game itself. The only thing on Anthem we have to go on is a few questions that have been answered on Reddit and a 7-minute gameplay video of an older, much older build of the game that probably doesn't resemble the final product. In certain aspects or all aspects. We don't know yet. No one's played Anthem. No one's played the game. We know so little about it. I'm not saying don't be critical of video games. I'm not saying don't express your concerns. I'm saying make criticisms and express your concerns of things that actually exist. Anthem, at the moment, doesn't exist. The game is not in front of us. We can't download it. We can't go out and buy it. There's only so many ways I can say this. We can't play the game. No one's played the game. The game's not out yet. Now, if there is a beta, and there probably is going to be a beta for everyone to take part in to play Anthem, and people have criticisms of the Anthem beta, go ahead, share those criticisms. Relay your problems to BioWare so that they can address them. That's what a beta is for. Most of the time, anyway. Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. But again, no one has played Anthem yet. No one's played the full game, no one's played a beta, alpha version. No one has had hands-on with Anthem, and no one can relay any factual, objective faults with the game at the moment because no one's played it, it doesn't exist, it's not out yet. Oh my god. The gaming community complains about the gaming industry all the time for doing stupid shit. And yet here we are, the gaming community, once again, doing just as stupid shit. Proclaiming a video game to be shitty and horrible and a disaster before anyone's even played it, before it even comes out yet. It was recently just announced that the game's been delayed to 2019. We're going to have to wait basically a whole year to play this game. The game is a whole year away from release, and people are already proclaiming to be garbage and a disaster and all this other nonsense. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, this guilty until proven innocent mentality? This ridiculous idea that Anthem is going to have pay-to-win loot boxes. Why would EA want to repeat the same disaster with Star Wars Battlefront 2? Again, EA's incompetent, but you actually think they're autistic? Do you actually believe EA is insane? That they do the exact same thing over again and expect a different result? No, they're not going to do anything close to what they did with Star Wars Battlefront 2, especially with Anthem. If EA puts pay-to-win microtransactions or pay-to-win loot boxes in Anthem, I will honestly be shocked. My mind will be blown that they heard that all the employees at that company are out of touch with reality, and no one questioned if they wanted another PR backlash like with Star Wars Battlefront 2. I mean, just think, people. Jesus. Also, what disturbs and disgusts me about this whole Anthem fear-mongering going on is that this has happened before. You guys remember Doom? You guys remember Doom 2016 and how after the whole E3 presentation of Doom, There were a large amount of people saying it was going to suck, that it was going to be a disaster, and after the multiplayer beta, more people kept saying it was going to suck, it was going to be a disaster, and Doom 2016 ended up being one of the greatest games of that year and one of the best first-person shooters in a long time. It became one of my favorite video games of all time, and everyone up until launch said it was going to suck and it was going to be a disaster. Oopsie! Looks like that guilty until proven innocent mentality kind of backfired a little bit. Same thing happened with Titanfall 2. After its announcement, after the beta, there were a huge amount of people saying it was going to suck, it was going to be a disaster, and lo and behold, again, Titanfall 2, one of the best games of 2016, one of the best first-person shooters to come out in a long time, and became one of my favorite games of all time as well. Well, you look at that. Again, I'm not saying don't criticize EA. Continue to criticize EA. They have it coming. They need to learn to stop fucking up and stop messing up. Stop interfering with the development of their video games. They have very skilled, obviously very skilled developers under their wing, under their logo. DICE, Respawn, BioWare, and so many more, including the ones that they've shut down. EA has always had talented video game developers working for them, and usually the downfalls of EA games always stems from EA interfering with development. So yes, criticize EA. I'm not telling you to not criticize EA, but can we drop this guilty until proven innocent mentality? Can we stop this fear-mongering, this absolute fear-mongering over video games, for Christ's sakes? Grow up, get some perspective. I mean, is this an unreasonable suggestion? Honestly, I want you to answer me honestly. Is it an unreasonable suggestion that we complain about problems when they actually exist, not complain about problems that don't yet exist, that only theoretically exist? Doesn't it make more sense to complain about problems that actually exist right now, in the moment, in reality? I mean, gamers are constantly yelling and screaming at one another to not criticize video games that they haven't played. And yet we're all cool with criticizing Anthem, yet we haven't played it yet. No one's played it. Just that absolute blatant hypocrisy. I would get an absolute shitstorm of criticism and hate mobs coming my way if I start criticizing a video game I haven't played, like Call of Duty World War II or Horizon Zero Dawn or The Last of Us. I haven't played any of these games and I would get a shitstorm of blowback if I said all these games sucked, they're horrible, they're disastrous, even though I haven't spent a minute playing them. The blatant hypocrisy here with Anthem. We're all saying that this video game is a disaster, that's going to suck, even though we haven't played it yet. Absolutely ridiculous. This is one of the many reasons I keep saying before we start criticizing the video game industry, before we start trying to fix the video game industry, we need to work on ourselves. We need to work on the gaming community. We need to work on our inner circle here. Because how are video game developers and video game publishers supposed to take us seriously when we keep contradicting ourselves? When we keep being blatant hypocrites? Now, I'm not saying you don't have the right to boycott EA games. You certainly do. Unless it's Respawn in Titanfall 2, you fucker. The video game Titanfall 2 and developer Respawn have been doing everything the gaming community has been asking for years and more, and they deserve all the love and support they can possibly get. So, with the exception of Respawn and Titanfall 2, I can completely understand boycotting EA games based on their business practices, anti-consumer behavior, general incompetence. I get that. I understand boycotting EA. I understand not giving EA any more of your money. I get it. I really do. I'm not arguing against that. That's perfectly fine. Completely reasonable adult decision and stance to take. But this is pathetic. This is childish. This is EA equivalent bullshit. You know how EA just assumed they could put pay-to-win microtransactions in Star Wars Battlefront 2 because it was Star Wars, and who cares, it's Star Wars, we can do whatever we want with it, and, you know, massive blowback. And now people are saying, oh, Anthem is an EA game, therefore it's gonna automatically suck? EA can't possibly publish a good video game, even though they have several times before for several years. Just please, be smart about this. Think! Just think, use your brain box. Let's not assume guilt, let's not assume fault over, well, nothing but assumptions. Let's criticize a developer, let's criticize a video game for actual criticisms that actually exist, and not fictitious, theoretical ones. Come on, doesn't that sound like a good idea? Sounds like a great idea to me. Finally, I know this may be a lofty request, but if you could do me a bit of a favor and just run this idea through your mind. What if, again, this is all just theoretical, a possibility, what if Anthem actually turns out to be a good video game. I know, crazy idea, right? But we don't know yet, because the game's not out yet, and we won't know till 2019. So how about we stop the fear-mongering until the game actually comes out? Alright. Okay, that's been a video. Glad to finally get that off my chest. But please, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of Anthem? What do you think of the fear-mongering? What do you think of my opinion on Anthem and the fear-mongering? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below. I love reading comments, get nearly enough comments. If you like this video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. And like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, if you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.